safe. Thank you, Bob, for being here. Paul, go ahead and give him a chance to redeem himself. You know, and that's part of the learning curve sometimes, is doing it 2 or 3 times till you get right. Next up is Ray from Elizabethtown, PA. Ray, come on in the gardens and up at the workshop.
Vicky and everybody on the brew. Yeah, very busy. Wood shop is always busy. We do a lot of repairs there for people also, besides building projects for our showroom. And yeah, the gardens are full blast right now. In fact, I spent probably till 6 o'clock last night in there. Asparagus row planting. My background from college, environmental horticulture, so I used to do a lot of landscaping back in the 60s and 80s, and yeah, planted quite a few trees during that period of time. So going to be a busy day today. Got to go bowling for my bowling league, and of course back up to the gardens. Hey, everyone, have a wonderful day. Back to net control.
Thank you for being with us, Ray. Brian in Rockhold, Kentucky, KQ4 ZGF. Good morning, Brian. Yeah, I'm sure you've planted some trees there in Kentucky.
Good morning. I have planted a ton of trees. Here at the house I planted, just this year I planted 3 apple trees and a persimmon, 4 pecans, 2 mountain ash, and a dogwood. That's this spring, but also I'm an artist, so I've planted thousands of trees. I've lost count. But today it's a beautiful plant. It's just rained last night, so the ground's wet. So I hope everybody does get a chance to go plant a tree somewhere. That's it for me. Have a look. The floor is ZGF. Back to net control.
Thank you, Brian, for being with us, and thank you for your contribution. Chuck, Corning, New York, KD2ZOZ. Good morning, Chuck.
As far as planting trees, I have planted some trees. I remember when I was young, Father got 1,000 spruce trees, and we planted them, and kind of neat years later to go back and see what they turned into. I also have a tree that I planted that I have to replant this year, so that's going to be interesting. It's getting up there, so got to get it moved. So KD2ZOZ back.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Chuck. KD2CSU, Paul in Lancaster, New York. Good morning.
Charlie Sierra uniform. Good morning to everybody in the brew crew. We have a happy birthday. Back in the day when I could dig a hole, we planted a bunch of trees when I built this house, and they're all full. Back to that. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Paul, for joining us this morning. On the text line, in Livonia, Michigan, W8ROY. Good morning, Roy. Good morning, everyone on the Morning Brew, W8ROY, mobiling near the Motor City. Yes, putting down for planting a tree, planted a few in my time. Maybe someone else to do it, but I did it. Everyone have a good day, and be safe, W8ROY, back to my control. Thank you for joining us this morning, Roy. Lynn in Napanoch, New WB2LMV. Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, everyone on the net. Yes, I have planted a few trees here, pine trees, and it's amazing how fast they grow, how tall they get in a period of time. It's great to watch. Hope everyone has a great day. 73 all. This is WB2LMV, back to net.
Thank you for joining us, Lynn. Let me remind you about those pine trees, because I grew up in pine tree country down this way. They're very tall, very quick, and very shallow root system. Watch them on a windy day when they get a little bit of age on them. KK7ZSH, Jason in Milwaukee, Oregon. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike, and everybody. Crew, thank you for doing the logging. Yeah, I have definitely planted a few trees in my life. We used to get them, I think, from the fair. Just little seedlings, and we'd take them home and plant them, and eventually they'd grow up and be Christmas trees for us. It was kind of a cool idea. Some of them grew so fast that we ended up buying a Christmas tree or whatever for whatever reason, or for a few years in a row, and got real big, had to take them out when we sold the house. So yeah, it's definitely put me down for planting a few trees. 73 to all KK7.
Thank you, Jason, for joining us. And that was most likely a 4-H project there at the state fair level. And I remember doing that sort of thing at my 4-H club when I was a young man. Into WXD, Craig in Riverview, Michigan. Good morning, Craig.
Morning, Mike and Vicki and all the brew crew. I've planted several varieties of trees, some pine trees, magnolia trees, and fruit trees. Back to net, NGWXD.
Thank you, Craig. This is Mike, K2CM, home with Vicki, 88VKY. Joe in Claremont, Florida, you're up. AM4WZD.
Well, good morning, Mike. Good to talk with you again. Good morning, Vicki. Good morning, crew. Let's see, the XYL, the Princess, a master gardener. She's also a member of the Native Plant Society, so she's got a big interest in trees, and I try to be the best husband I can be, so when she tells me to, I put the shovel in the ground, and I make a hole, and in goes the tree. I lost count of how many in the ground in the past couple of years. So I'm a definite yes. I've put quite a few trees in the ground. So we take care. Good Tuesday. We'll talk again soon. It's KM4WZD. Back to you.
Thank you, Craig. Our text line is blowing up this morning. Everybody's using the text line, which is a good thing. But let me take a pause a moment and bring in some RF customers. Echo, Link, and digital stations. Come now, please. Net control from the Alaska station.
Charlie 5.
My call, Victor 6, Bravo, Quebec. We are presently here in Chandakot. No, we're not. We're over here in Jakarta, Indonesia. Morning.
Kilo 4, Papa Juliet Mike. Kilo 4, Papa Juliet Mike. Good morning.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Uniform Zulu Golf. Kilo, Quebec 4, Uniform Zulu Golf.
Okay, let's hold up a moment. Let me clarify the first two check-in. The KC5 station. KC5, your full call for me, please. Twice and slowly.
Charlie 5, Charlie.
Colon, is that you, please? I want to make sure I got the right call. Colon. KC5C, is that correct?
Sorry, KC5 Kilo Charlie Oscar.
Okay, David, we got it that time. Thank you much. Also, the station 6QQ, give me your full call again.
On the Alaska conference, Victor Kilo 6, Bravo, Quebec.
Thank you, Victor Kilo 6. We got you that time, Reginald. Let me go to the top of that list. Got Ken, Perry, David, KC5CPO. Question of the day, today is Earth Day. Have you ever planted a tree?
Everyone on the Brew Crew. Beautiful day here in North Central Texas. Yeah, I've planted several trees with boarding school, and my job was to maintain the ground. I was taught how to do it, and planted some fruit trees and other things as well. So put me down as a yes. Everyone have a blessed day. 7-3, KC5CPO.
Thank you for joining me. Good morning. VK6BQQ.
The Alaska Net from VK60QQ. Reggie here in Western Australia. We're visiting here in Limbang, Indonesia, and planting trees. Yes, by golly, I've done that many times in high school, in camp, and of course maples and so on and so forth. My wife, we do the same thing over here in Australia, planting and carrying the mango trees. So we're quite familiar with planting trees. And great to hear everybody in here. VK60QQ. The name's Reggie. We're here in Jandakot, West Australia, visiting here in Indonesia.
Thank you for joining us, Reggie. Good to hear you way down under. Perry in Leesburg, Florida, K4PJM.
Good morning to the Brew Crew. Hope everybody's well, enjoying this beautiful weather. Yes, we planted some trees mostly down in Florida, but it's a good day, but we need more trees. Too many are being taken down these days. So it's a good job with the net. JM, back to the net.
Thank you, Perry. And just FYI, you're barely holding either. A lot of packet loss on it, but we got that. Thank you for joining us this morning. Ken in Donaldsonville, Georgia, KQ, UVQG.
Good morning to all on the crew this morning. Yes, I have dug many holes, a lot recently, expanding my fruit orchard with all sorts of stuff. Everybody have a good day. This is KQ4UVG back in net.
Thank you, Ken. Good to hear you this morning. Doug in Homosassa, Florida, WA8CLG. Good morning, Doug.
This is WA8CLG. Very good morning, everybody. And yes, I've planted many trees over the years. And one of the things I just love to put a small tree or a plant in the ground and watch it grow. I think it's just another one of the miracles of being alive. Everybody have a good day and carry on with mine. WA8CLG, back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Doug. That was very well put. Bill in North Fort Myers, Florida, W8WAK. Good morning, Bill.
Well, good morning. Beautiful morning. Sunny, 70 degrees. And over the years, we've planted many trees. My favorites were the avocado. We had an avocado tree down here in Florida, and one of the hurricanes knocked it down, so we had gotten some of the avocados off of it. We're able to pitch inside of them, put them in the ground, and before you knew it, we had a whole bunch more of avocado trees. And plumerias, too. My wife would get these cuttings from other plumerias, from neighbors, from friends. Poke a hole in the ground with an old broomstick and put a piece of 12 to 16-inch branch down into the ground, and by golly, after a few weeks, the thing would start to grow. Yep, love them. So, I'll turn it back to you. This is W8WHK, and back to next control, 7-3.
Bill, I spent years in Naples, just down the road from you, and my favorite two trees in the yard was the key lime and the mango. The mango had been there for many years and produced about 100 a year. And the hard part was keeping everyone else out of it. Thank you for being with us. Don in Ocala, Florida, W9EDD.
Morning, sir, and good morning to everyone on the Brew Crew. I found this question very interesting. Today is Earth Day, and Friday is Arbor Day. I have planted palm trees in the past, and that's about it. I don't feel very well, so I'm going to keep this short. Have a blessed day, everyone. Be quiet, Debbie.
Well, Don, thank you for making the effort to join us, and I hope you're feeling better. KC2JPQ, Frank in Lancaster, New York.
Good morning, Mike, and everybody listening to the group. Yep, over the years I've planted several trees, and today I'm celebrating my mother's birthday. She turned 101 years old, so we got a day going on today. And I just want to say everybody have a great day, and send it back to the net KC2JPQ.
Thank you for joining us, and thank Mama for hanging around. And we'll tell her everyone here at the Morning Brew wishes her a very happy 101. Mark in Albuquerque, New Mexico, along with my favorite blonde, Gracie, W5MHG.
Good morning. So anybody the other person from Manila?
Thank you for putting up with all the guys, and we appreciate everybody checking in. W5MHG with 44 degrees in the backyard. Gracie says, bow wow, yippee-yi-yay. End of enchantment, and we love that text line. 7-3.
Thank you, Mark, for joining us this morning, as always.
and the German station will be taken momentarily, so please stand by. Lancaster, New York, W2EM. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Mike, and the rest of the brew crew. As trees goes, I planted a lot of them. I got a new shade, planted them down on my land. The last one I planted was with my granddaughter. It was a miniature Japanese maple in the front garden, and it's really nice. I'll turn it back to you, Mike. You have a great day. W2EM.
Thank you for joining us, Chuck, as always. Craig in Oakland Park, Florida, K4MMX.
Good morning, everybody on Brew Crew. The answer to that is no. I've never knowingly planted a tree. You all have a good day. K4MMX, back to net.
Thank you for joining us this morning, Craig. In the minority, I'll let you know that, and you sound young enough to me, but you still got a chance to get out there and put a big tree in the ground. Dear stations, wishing to join us here on the Morning Brew. Come now, please, twice and slow.
November 8th. November 8th. Juliet, November, mobile. Echo 8, uniform, X-ray Mike. Kilo Echo 8, X-ray Mike. Ryan and Royal Ignition. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Romeo Yankee. And 3RY. KJ7, I Romeo Hotel Echo. Juliet 7 India Juliet uniform. Good morning, please. 5 Delta Romeo Tango. Number 5 Delta Romeo Tango. In and out. Kilo Golf 8, Julia Lima. In and out. Thank you. WB5ITT. WB5ITT, in and out. November Whiskey 3 and 2, after you. November 2, 5, Delta, in and out. 5, Sierra, Quebec, Lima, K5, SQL, Steve, Lebanon, North Carolina.
Okay, let's hold off there, folks. This is getting a little long. Let's keep it manageable. Got a couple of mobile stations out there I'm going to acknowledge right off the bat. First one, momentarily, my screen gets in the right position. MJN, Martian in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Good morning to you, sir. Question of the day, today is Earth Day. Have you ever planted a tree?
Good morning, everybody on the Brew Crew. This is N8MJN, Martian in Sterling Heights. Yes, I have planted a tree. I think more than one, even. A couple cherries, a couple apple trees, and so on and so forth. And with that, I'll send it back to Internet Control, say 73, N8MJN.
Thank you for joining me, Martian. We've had, as always, Stephen, new to the system, from Levane, North Carolina, SQL. Good morning, Stephen, and welcome aboard.
Good morning. K5 SQL. Answer today's question, yes, I have planted a bunch of trees when I was younger. My 5 acres out in Yukon, Oklahoma, and we planted a whole bunch of trees, pines, pears, peaches, and things like that. And a whole bunch of them are still around to this day. They outlived my grandparents. That was a whole lot of fun, and makes me proud that it's something that stuck around pretty much my entire lifetime. Thanks for in, and back to you at control.
Thank you, Stephen, and welcome aboard. Like I say, this is the East Coast Reflector, and this is the Morning Brew. You can find us here Monday through Friday, except for holidays, from 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Let me acknowledge these other stations they checked in. K4RKF, N2FED, NW3U, WB5ITT was in and out. Thank you for waving a hand there, Chris. JL, 5YNU, NW4Q, N5DRT, N4RHE, KJ7IJU, PA3ERY, KUXM, Mary, you're up first on my list. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, everyone. Yes, we planted plenty of trees. My favorite are fruit trees. Nothing like going out in your yard, in the harvest, and making a pie. Back to you. 3VPK.
Thank you for being with us this morning, Mary, as always. Ryan in Royal Oak, Michigan, KE8UXM.
Good morning, Mr. Control, and everybody on the brew. Thanks for taking my second. I definitely planted lots growing up, kind of grew up in the country, and but it's been a while since then, but I guess it's still a lot of landscaping recently, so I guess that counts. So I'll take it back to you. Everybody have a great day. 73 KE8UXM.
Thank you, Ryan. Eduardo, Laval, Ontario, Canada, VA3ERY. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike, and everyone on the frequency. Just stopping by, and have a great day, everyone. 7-3.
Eduardo, question of the day was, have you ever planted a tree? Can you give me a yes or no on that?
Negative. Thank you, 7-3.
Thank you, Eduardo. Thank you. No, it is. Sean in Portland, Oregon, KJ7IJU.
Your couple one's cool, too. I'll hand it back to you, KJ7IJU, 73 Soul.
Sean, a lot of packet loss on your signal there this morning. Yes or no on the question of the day? Thank you for trying to join us. You're losing the repeater. Roger in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, N4RHE.
Kilo 2 Country Music Television. Good morning, Brewmeister Mike and clever cousin Vicky. Good. November 4, Romeo Teleco. Yes, the most recent deep pink hibiscus and white gardenia. The Bishop of Rome, I suspect, would have agreed that trees are the lungs. November 4, Roger enthusiast. Return to net.
Roger, I'm more. Jim and Trish, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Good morning, young lady and young gentlemen. NW4Q.
Yes, sir. We planted several trees through the years, but it's interesting you asked that because I just put out two dogwoods for a couple of days ago to join the other ones back here. And much appreciate hearing you, Mike. Y'all take care. It is a nice day.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for allowing us to visit you in the morning. Conroe, Texas, K5YNU.
Good morning, Mike, Vicky, and everyone else on the Brew Group. I grew up on a big farm, and my grandfather taught me how to do it, and since then, every time I have an occasion, I will do it. Thank you to Net Control. Last day, 73, K5YNU.
Thank you for joining me this morning. In Garner, North Carolina, NWX3U.
Well, good morning to you and everybody else out there on the road this morning, the NW3U here. The answer is yes, kind of. My mom had a tree that she was growing on the window shelf, avocado or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. When she passed, we brought it down here to North Carolina. We thought we'd plant it and see what happened, but the winters, it survived the first winter, it survived the second winter, so we tried, but it was a failure, so we'll say a qualified yes. And hope everybody has a good day. Looks like we're going to get a little wet here today, which we can use. So 73s, everybody. We'll try to catch you tomorrow. NW3U.
Well, thank you for trying. That's all we can ask nowadays. Rob in Pensacola, Florida, K4RKS. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning to the crew. This is Rob at Pensacola, Florida, and the answer to your question is absolutely yes. I have planted my wife, and the most recent ones are some citrus trees in the back, and it looks like they survived the snow that we had here in northwest Florida a couple of months ago. So yes to the question, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Back to you, K4.
Well, thank you for joining us, Rob, and saying right back at you. Carlos, the gentleman who co-directs the UFNet and participates and provides you with aeronautical mobile from Hollywood, Florida, N1 CPM.
Morning, Mike, Vicky, everybody else always present in this fine 77 degrees down here in Hollywood. Beautiful day. And yes, we have planted a lot of trees. And the last one that comes to mind is the mango tree we planted back in 2004 from a sapling, little seedling, and it's now a full-fledged fruit-bearing tree. You can almost go up and take the mangoes and eat them up there on the branches. The next aeronautical mobile on the 25th, 10 a.m. You know you have to give or take a few minutes for us to get up there in cruise phase and be able to switch to HF in the calls. We are going to see you there all. Thank you very much, Mike, for taking my check-in, and 1 CBM. Back to you.
Thank you for all you do, Carlos, and thank you for planting a tree. Daryl in Epton, New Hampshire, WB1BXN. Good morning, Daryl.
Good for the Brew crew, and especially Vicky. She's like a dog. She digs those call signs out of the mud or something there, and also to you, Mike. Where it's about 48 degrees, going to get to 70 up here today. And yes, I have in the names, not specifically on me, but I have for people who have passed away, and some of them are me also. So back to Net Control. You all have a safe day, safe flying there, Carlos, and catch you on the next one. WB1BXN. Back to net.
Thank you, Daryl. Appreciate you being here. Next, Doug from Lubbock, Texas, W5VEO.
Well, good morning to all on the brew crew, and starting off this morning in Lubbock, we had some cool ones the previous days, but we're at 60 before 8 o'clock in the morning there, and yes, planted quite a few trees over the years, and hope everyone has a Tuesday. Back to net, W5VEO Mobile.
Thank you for joining us, Doug. James in Spring, Texas, AAW.
Well, good morning, crew. Mike and Vicky, everybody else out there is AA5JW Mobile. James in Spring, heading to Houston for work today. And yes, I have planted trees before, and I'll continue to do it in the future because I kind of enjoy watching them grow. With that, 7-3, hand it back to that. Everybody have a blessed day and stay safe out there. This is South Alpha 5. We'll be monitoring.
Thank you, James. Appreciate you being here as always. Joe in West Seneca, New York. You're last on my text check-in. 80EF.
Vicky and the rest of the brew crew. I personally have not planted any trees, but every year at Christmas my parents have a tree planted for us in our name, and supposedly Dell plants trees for every order that I make to help offset their carbon footprint. With that, I'll turn it back to control. This is AJ0EF73, Mike.
Thank you for joining me, Joe. I'm going to look for some in and out stations where you got 5 minutes left in brew today. In and out stations only, and try to keep it orderly, boys. We'd like to have an easy time. Good luck, Vicky.
Zulu Lima 4, Mike Delta X-ray. Zulu Lima 4, Mike Delta X-ray. In and out.
Kilo 2 Victor Whiskey. Kilo Echo 2 Victor Whiskey. Kilo Delta 6 Delta India Quebec. 6 DIQ in and out.
79 SAM, Whiskey 9, Sierra Alpha Mike, Dayton, Ohio. In and out.
K2QWK. K2QWK Mobile, in and out. Kilo
Juliet 5, Delta X Bravo. So Juliet 5, Delta X-ray Bravo. In and out.
Echo 2 Charlie X-ray Quebec. In and out. Charlie 8 Lima Golf Juliet. Kilo Charlie 8 Lima Golf Juliet Mobile, in and out.
Sierra, in and out.
That last station, India Sierra, would you give me your full call again, please? You cut yourself off.
Victor India Sierra, Greg in Hartford City, Indiana.
Give me a pause at the beginning, Greg. You're still cutting yourself off. Call sign twice, then slowly, please.
Right, try one more time. Kilo Alpha 9, Victor India Sierra. Copy.
Greg, we copied loud and clear that time. Thank you very much. Any mobile stations out there that are still hanging on, come now.
Kilo 5 Delta Mike, Kilo Echo 5 Delta Mike, in and out. Quebec 4 Alpha Yankee Hotel, Gary Fort Lauderdale, Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Yankee, Gary Fort Lauderdale.
Lima 6 Mike Charlie, Kilo QRP, in and out.
Try that one more time, twice and slowly, please. November 3, Foxtrot Hotel Mike, Lady Lake, Florida. November 3, Foxtrot Hotel Mike. Okay, let's hold up there. Let me acknowledge the ones I have. FAM, Doug, Lady Lake. Gary in Fort Lauderdale, KQ4AYH. Derek, YouTube from Spring, Texas, KE5DM. Gregory, to the system, Hartford City, Indiana, KA9BIS. Steve was mobile in and out from Van Buren, Ohio, KC8LGJ. Don from Wayland, New York, KE2CXQ. Frank from Sugarland, Texas, KJ5XB. Philip from East Aurora, New York, K2QWK. Sam from Union, Ohio was in and out as well, W9SAM. Todd from Yucca Valley, California, KD6 2VW. Miles from Southland, New Zealand, ZL4MDX. I'd like to thank you all for joining me this morning here on the Morning Brew with 100. KE8VKY and myself, this is Mike, K2CMP 73.
K1 Echo Echo X 7IC.
B7IC K1EX, good thing. Morning, Thomas. How's things there in Tucson?
It's going to be sunny and 89, same forecast for the week. All is good here in Tucson. How about Burlington, Buzz?
Well, we got overcast. It's 54 degrees. It has been getting warmer every day, so spring has sprung and it's looking good. The grass is green. All's well here. Right now I'm in a project cleaning out some brush behind the got some prices to have it done, and it was ridiculously high. Just doing it myself a little at a time. Other than that, I'm just hanging in. Back to you.
Pretty much the mode here, hanging in. Weather's good. Looking forward to our trip to Vermont coming up. We'll be here before you know it. And it's recovering a little bit from her trip. She got banged up, as I mentioned, but she's on the mend. All is well here. Nothing else. Keep it short as usual. Back to you.
Hey, good today. We'll catch you next week at the same time, and looking forward also to having you here and face to face and on the air. All right, you take care, and we'll
We'll talk to you next week. And we're clear on your final.
See you soon. 7-3, be clear and control out. This is AB7IC Thomas Tucson, 7-3 Buzz.
Delta Lima 6 Mike Charlie Kilo, wishing everybody the best greetings from Germany, 73.
Kilo, Juliet 5. Nope. Alright. My old call sign. KN0WHF. Coming back to that Germany call. Good morning or good evening to you. Good morning from me. I'm on the West Coast. How are you today?
I'm fine. My name is Peter, Papa Echo Texas Echo Radio, and I'm waiting for my wife to come from the shopping. 73, have a good ride. 6MTK.
You have a wonderful evening yourself. This is Kilo November 0, Whiskey Hotel Foxtrot 73 to you.
Thank you. Have a beautiful, nice day and end of Easter, 73.
Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Yankee Hotel here in Fort Lauderdale. Can someone oblige me to do a antenna test for me here? I want to check 2 antennas to see the difference.
I'd be happy to do that for you. This is KNOWHF. You sound super crisp and clear, and I'm up in Bend, Oregon. So you sound great on the system.
Okay, roger on that. Yeah, we had moved and we constructed 2 antennas. This is the first antenna. It's a smaller VHF UHF mag mount that was taken off the mag mount and then mounted onto a pole for ground plane. And so this is a small VHF UHF, and I'm pushing 50 watts on a Yaesu 7900. So now I'm going to test the second antenna, which is a VHF, very tall, with the tripod type, you know, with the 3 angles sticking out. So this is test 1, KQ4AYH. We're going to go to test 2, stand by. Hey, this is KQ4AYH, test 2. This is the VHF antenna. Do you notice the difference between test 2?
Slight difference. It's a little quieter, but you're still crisp and clear. But yeah, it's a little quieter, maybe a little more static in the background, but it's it's like negligible. But the first one, it's like you're sitting next to me, pretty much. And then the one, you just sounds like you're maybe in the next car to me, kind of deal.
Okay, okay, thank you. I just tightened up the cable on this one, which is test 2. Do you still hear the kind of a distant sound versus the first test?
Indistinguishable at this point.
Okay, roger. Yeah, the other antenna is more for distance, because it is a larger antenna. and it's taller, so, and it's only VHF though, unfortunately. But that's, I'm basically on UHF and DMR anyways, but for the East Coast Reflector and our emergency repeater that we use during emergencies is also VHF, so that's why I put up the taller one. All right, well, thank you so much for the test. I appreciate it. Name is Gary, and we're here in Fort Lickerdale, Florida.
Well, very good morning to you. Almost afternoon, right? You're what, you're 4 hours ahead of me? So you're like 10 o'clock? 9 o'clock? Yeah, you guys sound great. Nice setup, it sounds like. I'm glad you're involved with the emergency preparedness stuff. Certainly need that out there for sure. So, 73s to you guys, and have a good rest of your sunny, lovely day.
All right, my friend, you too, and you have a bus 173. This is Kilo Quebec 4, Alpha Yankee Hotel, Gary, Fort Lauderdale. We're clear and listen.
KTL 4, Yankee, I can never get your call sign, Gary. This is correct, K4 MMX. Are you still in there?
Yes, sir, I am still here. Go ahead, sir.
About a minute or two. We can move over, since you're local to me, we can move over to a VHF simplex frequency, and I can give you some actual S meter readings.
Okay, I appreciate that. I'm programmed this radio to any simplex right now, and I'm getting ready to walk the dog. Up 2 a.m. doing a post for emergency services on social media, and she's been looking at me and she needs to go. So maybe a little bit later I'll try to reach out to you if you're on.
Well, it's about 10 after 9. I'll probably be leaving my house around 10. So if you're back before then, and you catch me before or after I take a shower, not be maybe later tonight. 7-3, and enjoy your day. I gotta go back to work. That's another 10 hours, and my back is aching.